New Zealand Labour Party.
Question number 6, Honourable David Parker.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. Did he or his office receive the 12 November 2009 report from ministry officials to the Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet summarising the process with SkyCity for the building of a convention centre? If so, did he read it?
Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, search of my office records indicates that no, a report was not received by my office.
Supplementary.
David Parker, supplementary.
Was he aware at the time that the 12 November 2009 report, which the Auditor-General refers to, said that the Treasury had advised that advice be sought from the Auditor-General to determine the probity of the process with SkyCity? And if so, what did he do about it?
Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, I was aware from my officials the good process would be required, and that's exactly what took place, because that's why the expressions of interest process was handled by the Minister of Economic Development's office. This period of time that the member is talking about, the 12th of November 2009, and that interim period, was all before the expression of interest process, which was in March of 2010. This is all covered in Part 1 of the Auditor-General's report, and Part 1 of the Auditor-General's report has a 100% tick-off from the Auditor-General.
Point of order, Honourable David.
My question wasn't that. My question was whether, around 12 November, he was aware that Treasury had advised that advice be sought from the Auditor-General. The Prime Minister hasn't addressed that.
The difficulty was the answer to the first the question to the Prime Minister when he said he wasn't aware that this report had even been received in his office.
Best question.
That's my point.
No.
Well, let's have the question put again to the Prime Minister. It's the easy way to move forward.
Was he aware at that time, i.e. around 12 November, that Treasury had advised that advice be sought from the Auditor-General to determine the probity of the process with SkyCity?
Right, Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, I wasn't aware of that report because my office never got that report sometime after that date. My officials did advise me that there should be good process in all the things that we do, and that's what took place from March onwards when there was an EOI process.
Supplementary question, Honourable David Parker.
Did DPMC follow up the earlier report with a prior briefing note to him on the 2nd of December 2009 repeating Treasury's advice? And if so, why did he ignore the second written warning to ensure that a fair process was run?
Right, Honourable Prime Minister.
Well, Mr Speaker, we didn't. I mean, it wasn't the second one, as I made clear. We never received the first one in my office. They did write a note to me, DPMC, as is normal. The note was actually largely about a lot of other things in relation to the convention centre, but yes, it indicated good process was important, and good process was followed by independent officials.
Supplementary question, Honourable David Parker.
Given that he was intimately involved with arranging the SkyCity deal, including meetings and dinners, and personally he's already conceded knew that very valuable regulatory concessions like extra pokie machines, a longer casino licence or changes to gaming laws were being discussed, why did he not ensure that the possibility of valuable regulatory breaks was made known through the request for proposals to other parties?
Right, Honourable
Mr
Prime
Speaker,
Minister.
there's a lot of assertions in there, and I refute them. The simple bottom line is that there was a proper process run by officials that started in March. That was handled completely away from my office. I was never involved from that point on. In the earlier point, the exploratory phase, which is stage 1, the Auditor-General in her report says that's quite normal, to be expected, and nothing to see there. The Auditor-General's report says we have seen no evidence to suggest that the final decision to negotiate with SkyCity was influenced by any inappropriate considerations. And the simple facts of life are the Labour Party doesn't like it any more than the Greens Party, that there is nothing to see in terms of my involvement.
Further supplementaries? Then question number 7, Mike Sabin.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Associate Minister for Social Development.